Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 12th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, starting out at 10:30 South African time out of United Kingdom, average earning index number coming out, and then at 2:30 South African time, monthly CPI numbers coming out of the United States. Now, these numbers are overshadowed by a lot of events this week. Firstly, we have Trump meeting with North Korea Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore, and some of the news outlets are reporting that things are coming out very well and very positive as President Trump is meeting with Kim Jong-un, and that's really important to note because that's affecting the market directly, specifically in the index. We'll take a look at that. Dow Jones will take a look at the DAX, but furthermore, tomorrow we have an FOMC meeting, and then on Friday, Bank of Japan has a rate decision. So lots happening in the economic sector in terms of some of the news coming up later in the week, and that I think is going to more directly affect the markets. So we have to take a look at that. But let's see what's been happening in the markets until now. So we're looking here at the Euro USD, and this is on the back of the G7 summit that they had in Canada over the weekend, where some of America's greatest allies until now have met with the United States and have discussed, future economic arrangements with the United States. So just to briefly recap the whole situation over there is that until now, with all these major countries like France, Germany, Canada, U.S. has had almost a known tariff policy, which means that any other goods being imported from these countries had no tariffs. Now that makes their products much more competitive in the market, and as such, they've enjoyed really a lot of economic benefits that way with the United States. Now the kickback is there were probably political allies, and that was the kickback the United States got from some of these countries. So in a way to stave off some of the economic and the debt that the United States currently has, the deficit that it currently has in its current status, President Trump has initiated a new policy towards these countries where he's going to be tariffing, or he's going to add tariffs to some of these imports. Now, obviously, these countries came back with very negative and depressing even, okay, that's some of the words that they used in the news outlets, responses to his decision. And there's going to be retaliatory decisions as well from these countries importing U.S. products that are imported into their respective countries. So this is going to be kind of interesting how this is going to actually follow through. Okay, is the United States going to win this economic war? I don't know. Okay, but ultimately the markets are going to be affected for it. So that's one thing for sure. And as such, we should expect more volatility in the markets in the coming year, so to speak, in the grander scheme of things. So keep that in mind as the markets are now digesting this new policy that is going to be implemented by both countries in the marketplace. So we're looking at the Euro USD here, and it's trading comfortably at 117.68 between its upper limit 118.19 and its lower limit 116.91. So nothing really to write home about to tell us it's going to go one way or another right here. Okay, but I do expect after tomorrow some sort of breakout either on the upside or downside, or finding some sort of new trading range that we can jump in. Okay, but looking here at the GBP USD as well, we bounced off of our lows of 132. We're now retracing back to 133 after jumping to 134-ish level. And so, nothing really to write home about. I mean, you could possibly argue that this is a bull flag, but, that's something to, consider if we're going to double test these 134.23-ish level as today continues to trade. Now, USD Swiss franc had a nice rally here. It didn't retrace. So next real resistance level is 99.11 right here at the trend line. So I'll be looking for a possible short if it does get close to this trend line and doesn't break it on the upside. Looking at the USD ZAR, got a little bit weaker yesterday, trading at 1317, excuse me, and really, taking this up on the upside. Now, our real resistance level is 1334-ish level, but ultimately this can correct itself later today, and I'll take a look at that as that continues. Looking at the Aussie USD, which was really the forerunner against the dollar, trading at 76.14ish level, nothing really to write home about, okay? It's trading with a range, finding a new range, right? And we're right in the middle of that. Now, if we look at oil really jumped off of 64.61, and we're closing in on this potential resistance level at 66.43. So that's what I would look here for a potential retracement as we continue further in the week. Now let's jump into the bread and butter of the week's trading, which is really the indices, in light of all these political news that's been coming out. So the Dow Jones trading at 25,334, and since last week to this week, we've gone up over 1,100 points. That's a major rally for the Dow Jones. Now, we are closing in on this potential resistance level. Now, we've hit this level quite a couple of times before and really faded it and didn't break out. So the question is that are we going to break this out? So that's the potential, that's the idea later today. Let's see if we do get that close. And the real next resistance level is 25,795. So when you're looking for a continued rally here, all right, on the upside, let's see if we do get it. If we don't, then we should definitely, find ourselves back in this 24,969, maybe 25,000 retracement as we close this in. Looking at the DAX, if we take a look at the DAX, also trading towards its highs here, 12,885, and also a triple top here. Okay, as you can see here, we've faltered a couple of times of trying to break this up, and this was a previous support level, subsequent resistance, as you can see here. So this is really a pivotal moment for the DAX to see if it does break out. If it doesn't break out, we could definitely see it correct itself back maybe into the 12,800-ish level as this continues to trade further in the week. So again, lots happening in the markets later today. You got to keep your eyes pierced on a little bit on the news. In light of tomorrow's FOMC, just might want to take it easy until that dust settles as well. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.